What is up, everyone? Hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday night, evening, afternoon, whatever it is for you at this time. But we're gonna be playing some Dark Souls 3. Kind of just decided that oh my goodness, I have SeraphShares. Oh my gosh, I forgot about SeraphShares. Oh, what am I gonna talk about? I have nothing. I'll think of something. Oh gosh, I totally forgot. Crap. I was thinking about it earlier today and I was like, I'll think of something. I was so sure of myself. And then I went to work and I didn't give it one thought. And now here I am. And I have nothing. I have no idea. We're gonna have to think. We're gonna have to think. Alrighty. So tonight, I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about God's timing, and I know that's kind of vague and a big topic at the same time, but I've just been thinking a lot lately about the past 3 or so years of my life, and I'll be honest, in my opinion, past 3 years of my life have been absolutely bonkers crazy. That's just me though. Maybe I just overthink everything, which I do. Maybe I'm blowing it out of proportion. I don't know. But I think the last 3 years of my life have been absolutely bonkers crazy. Whether or not that's true is still up for debate. But for me, it's been a wild ride. There were points where I thought I had God's plan figured out, I knew exactly what he wanted me to do. I was on it. I knew the next 3 years of my life. I was I see it, I know it. And then, there were also times where it was the complete opposite. I have no idea what the heck I'm doing, where the heck I'm headed, what is life, those kind of moments. And I'd flop back and forth between those. Generally every 6 months. Looking back, it was my life changed every 6 months. It was ridiculous. It would just flip from having figured it out to having no idea. And I'd always be so confused because every sequential time where it would flip from having it figured out to having no idea. Every time that happened, it was even more well, what now? It's man, I'm wrong again. That sucks. I hate being wrong. Now I know I'm not really giving you any details of why I thought I had it figured out or what was even going on in my life at the time, but that's not the point of tonight. Eventually, I think I want to do a draw my life sort of thing or something like that, and tell the whole spiel. But if I were to give that whole spiel tonight, we'd be here for literally several hours. But the point of tonight is talking about God's timing, and we don't really need to get into all the details for me to talk about that. So in all of those instances that I thought I had God's plan figured out, right? In the moment, it was really frustrated when it turned out I didn't have it figured out. Did I say it was really frustrated? It was really frustrating and confusing because it didn't make sense in the time. In the time, I was tunnel visioned on what I was seeing, and when that door shut in my face, I was I can't see what do God, what? It was like that, basically. But now, years later, very recently, I've just been looking back on it all and going, wow, God's timing is so perfect. Every one of those times where I'd flip back and forth from having it figured out to having no idea, every single one of those times was just so perfectly timed and planned. Like, I can't deny that. I can't stress it enough that it was so perfectly planned for my life in all those instances. It's amazing because in those times that I look back on, in the moment, they were really hard for me. They were really hard. I really struggled with them a lot, especially the last time where God kind of flipped me upside down. Like, it was really stinking hard when I thought I had it figured out, and then here I am wrong again. But right now, I'm in a state of feeling like I have the plan figured out again. And knowing God, he's probably going to throw me a curveball sooner or later, and I'm going to be back on my face. But the last 3 years of my life, it's kind of like, it's in a way like a big picture scenario, because it's a sizable chunk of time. Yeah, well, depends on how you look at it, of course. But 3 years feels like a lot, and a lot happened in that 3 years. So it's a sizable chunk for me to look at. And in a bigger chunk, I can see all the intricacies of everything that God laid out for me. I can see it all, how perfect, how everything led to the next, and how perfectly planned it was. But in the moment, we can't see that big picture. We can't see everything. So it doesn't make sense, it's confusing, and it's really, really hard. Now, of course, it's only 3 years. Really, that's not that much. Felt like a lot, but it's really not that much. So, of course, there's still way more of my story to be told. Or so I hope. I could die tomorrow. That would really suck. So I know that there's still way more story to be told, that I'm probably going to get a lot more curveballs in life. But being able to look back on what God's already given me, and see just how perfectly it's been laid out, that really just gives me a lot of comfort for the future. Even if I hit another stumble, even if I get another curveball, if he turns me upside down and shakes me like, get your head on straight sort of thing, it'll just make being able to see how perfect his timing is, it really just gives me a lot of comfort for the future. And maybe you guys could look back on your own life and sort of see where God has taken you, where he's brought you, how you got to where you are now. When you really try to think about, okay, why did this happen? Why did this happen? Why did this happen when it happened? When you really think about it, you start noticing things you didn't notice in the moment, and you really, really start to see God. So yeah, that was pretty good. I think I did great. I was worried because I turned on my stream and totally forgot about SeraphShares. I had no idea what I was going to talk about, and I just threw this together, and I think it was awesome. What do you guys think? Needed to hear this kind of share. Been worried about timing as well. Nice! Yo, God's timing right now being laid out. Amazing. Amazing.